Alright, so we got an AC call. Customer states that turn the AC on, but the fan on the condenser is not running. And also, it is condensating. Drain fitting seems to be leaking a little bit. So, I'll open up the condenser here and have a look. So we're gonna pop these screws off here. Customer already said that the breaker is shut off, so we don't have to worry about pulling the disconnect right now. First, we're going to look for anything obvious here. And clean it off. We're not seeing any obvious signs of why this thing might not be working. So, check the capacitor first. It's all rusted out, so you don't really, it's hard to tell which fan is which terminal is the fan terminal. Usually 4 spades would be a common, 3 spades would be the Herm for the compressor, and 2 would be the fan. You can also tell it's got a hard start capacitor here, which is hooked up to the common and the Herm or the compressor. So by process of elimination, we'll take this one off. Looks like it's supposed to be 30 and the 5 microfarads for the fan. We'll pull that guy. Our multimeter, set it to microfarads. We'll test between the fan and the common. .93. That is not a fantastic sign. That means that the capacitor is good. We need to dig a little bit further. So, customer has turned on the breaker, turned the thermostat down. We can see that the contactor right here is pushed in, so we have a call for cooling from the contactor. Next thing we're going to do is check for 120 volts, or I'm sorry, 240 volts at the contactor. Check for incoming power. Oops, not on microfarad. We have 240 coming in. But we don't have 240 across the top of the contactor. So if you measure across the contactor, one on each, you should be showing 240 volts, just like at the bottom here. Across the contactor we have 240. If you check each leg of the contactor to ground, we get 120 volts. So you have 120 to each leg of the contactor, but not 240 across the contactor. And that equals a bad contactor. So, need to pull the disconnect and replace the contactor. Alright, so we changed out the contactor, and before we go turn the system on to test it out, I want to put my gauges on here, because on any service call once you're done fixing whatever needs to be fixed, if it's an electrical issue, you should also check the charge just to make sure everything's good so that we don't have any callbacks. We'll go ahead and put the gauges on, and then we'll go turn the system on. Alright, so we put everything back together, aging up. Customer is going to turn on the AC, have the disconnect in the box. We have life. Now, put the gauges on, see what we see. Check the refrigerant charge. Huh?
I see the fan moving.
Yep. It's working. Just want to have a look, see what the refrigerant looks like, just to make sure. Just make sure we don't have any loose ends. There we have it. Yep, that's the one. The contactor power looked good coming in, but when it closes, not on the other side.
Gotcha. Easy enough to think. Sure beats buying a whole new unit right now.
Sure beats buying a whole new unit.
I mean, that may come, but I mean, this is
eventually, but you know, there's no, for me, a bad contactor does not indicate any real issues with anything else. The capacitor going bad, that's a little bit different. That's an indicator. The capacitor goes bad because the heat increases somewhere, so maybe a dirty coil or even low refrigerant. But the contactor, just a switch, for me, that doesn't really indicate anything else, you know.
I mean,
wear and tear.
The unit has been sitting there for a while.
Yep.
I mean, we've been in the house 18 years, and it was here before I got here, so I
Sure.
don't know.
I mean, it looks like it's been there for a while.
Yeah, it looks like it's from the 80s or early 90s.
So we got 1.5 degrees of superheat and 8 degrees of subcooling, which is, for me, a decent enough juxtaposition. We'll give it a few more minutes though and see if that subcooling doesn't come up a little bit more. So just running my hand up across the top of this thing, there is no air coming out. You cannot feel any air coming out. The coil doesn't look super dirty, but either the coil is clogged or the fan is spinning the wrong way. So first thing I'm going to do is start by hosing off the condenser. Even though it looks clean enough, it could be clogged. We'll go ahead and do that. Alright, so now we've hosed it off. We put our hand, oh yeah, there's a lot more in the air there now. So the condenser was clogged.
Okay.
Needed to be hosed off. Now, take a little while, you know, 10, maybe 15 minutes for the pressures for your gauges to tell the truth. And we'll see what happens from there. We had 1 degree of superheat and 8 degrees of subcooling. So we'll see what happens. Obviously it's well, a little bit lower. Well, we need to wait till it dries off. Okay, now we've given the condenser a few minutes. Subcooling started at 8 degrees and now we have 15.5 degrees. had, I don't know, less than 5 degrees of superheat. I want to say 2 degrees of superheat, whatever it was, but now is at 0. So have plenty of refrigerant in the evaporator coil. Also, we have plenty of refrigerant out in the condenser. So both coils have their share. Refrigerant's moving around in a circle, and the system is running well.